Hi everyone. The coordinates of point A are 6, negative 7, and B are negative 6, 2. Point M is the midpoint. We got to find the coordinates of M and the next three questions. So I think the first thing let's do is let's go ahead and graph this. So A is 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, negative 7, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 7. So that's point A. And point B is negative 6. So this was 6, negative 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6, 2. All right. This is B. Point M is the midpoint. So, and let's look at this. Line 1 is a line through these 2 points. So, let's find the gradient and all that first. So, the midpoint is you just take these two x's and add them up and divide by 2. So that's your x's. And your y is going to be negative 7 plus 2 divided by 2. So this is just going to be 0, negative 5 halves. So let's do that. 0, negative 2.5 is your midpoint. So right about here. All right. And the slope of L, or the gradient of L, you're just going to use your slope formula. So the slope formula is just you subtract your y's, negative 7 minus 2, and then your x's. So we start with negative 7, so 6 minus a negative 6. So that's going to be negative 9 divided by 12, which reduces to negative 3/4. So all we have to do to draw our line, if we don't, it's hard to draw on this, but usually you use a ruler, is you're going to go 1, 2, 3 over 4. 1, 2, 3 over 4. 1, 2, 3 over 4. All right, so here's our little points here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I've got some key points to draw my line through this points. And you can go through it here. So if you have a ruler, it's going to be a lot better. So your slope is negative 3/4, or your gradient. The midpoint here was 0, negative 5 halves. And this is called line 1. Line 2 is perpendicular to line 1 and passes through our midpoint. So here's our midpoint here, and it's perpendicular to this. Something like that. So we need to write the slope of that down. So for the slope, all you're going to do is take your first slope of line 1, which is negative 3/4. And so the slope of the perpendicular line is going to be the negative reciprocal of this. So that's going to be 4/3 and then positive. So that means when you multiply your two slopes together, you should get negative 1. Which if you multiply these two together, you got negative 1. All right, so that's your slope. We don't have to graph it. But if you wanted to, you would go up for 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. So something like this. You can go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be your line right there. Something like that. Sorry, it doesn't look good on this. It's hard to graph. So that's line 2. Now, write down the equation in this form for line 2. So all you have to do is you know that the midpoint falls on the line. We also already know the slope. So if you want, you can just write as y equals mx plus b. And your slope is 4/3. And the point that falls on the line is 0, negative 5/2. So we're going to plug that in. So y is negative 5/2 equals 4/3 times 0 plus b. So your b equals negative 5/2, which makes sense because it's on the line. So basically, your equation is going to be y equals 4/3 x minus 5/2. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.